Well, you said you aimed for the head the first shot. Do you know if you hit him on the first shot? What happened to him? Did he stand there looking at you?
Friends, today's crazy cat lady is Darcie Riggle. In September 2011, she and her husband Daniel get into an argument. He was in the kitchen shouting at her. She was upstairs in the bedroom getting a gun. She's about to explain what happens next.
I have a lot of questions, some of them being what's going to happen to the cats in the house and
Now, how many cats do you have?
3.
Where are they all at?
There were 2 in the house.
Where do they normally stay? I mean, do they hide like under the bed or something?
No, they usually run around the house. We have a big cat and a small cat.
Are they kittens or like,
full grown?
Full grown. They're just smaller. One's bigger, one's smaller. And then you have another
and then
one.
I have another small one, Ruby, outside.
Okay.
Earlier, whenever we talked to you, you talked about how you were mad at the way he was talking to you and stuff. Remember that conversation? You said you're mad, and then you came back and said something. Well, that wasn't an excuse for what happened, or
right?
What
it's not an excuse for what I did to him.
Okay.
What did you do to him? I mean, you called it something earlier. You said a word earlier that kind of. I mean,
I killed him.
Starts with him.
I murdered him.
At that point, you put the gun down, and you went and you found some money.
Yeah, I took my purse, put some money in it.
Where did you get the money from?
Oh, that's money that we've gotten from selling our tools and stuff.
Okay, how much was that? Do you know about how much?
I think they said it was 900.
Did you know how much it was?
Roughly, it was 900. No, I didn't. Not exactly.
Okay. What did you do? You put it in your purse, and then you had on the same clothes that you were found in. Those were the clothes that you had on when you shot him?
Yes.
Okay. Did you wash up? Did you change or anything like that? No. Okay. You took the keys and you got into the car and you drove out. Where did you drive to?
I
try and think real hard.
Drove to. I was in such a rush just to get away.
Why?
Well, I wanted to run away because I was scared and
scared of being caught.
I wasn't even sure if it happened or not. And saw the police car, and I pulled over and I waved him down.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over, and then I told him what was going on.
So you recognized him as a police officer, and
you
knew because you're in the right mind that he can help you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what did he do? I mean, I'm a little vague on the details on, like, you flagged him down and you said, I'm hurting or I can't breathe.
No, at first he said, are you okay? Or are you hurting or whatever? And
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm really not doing well. I'm feeling lightheaded.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, there's more to the story than this. And I said that I think I shot my husband. And I told him all the information.
And he called rescue to help you.
The rescue was there, and they helped, and then
they took you to the Clinch County Hospital or something?
Clinch County Hospital.
I got you. And they treated you for what? Some kind of anxiety or?
They took my blood.
Mm-hmm.
They took a urine test.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me an Ativan before I went to the jail there.
Now, you told me earlier you were taking Seroquel. There was something other with an S.
Sertraline.
Sertraline.
Which is Zoloft.
Zoloft. Okay, and then what was the other one? It wasn't amoxicillin. There was something else.
Seroquel, sertraline, and lorazepam.
That's it. What's the lorazepam for? That's for anxiety, right?
Anxiety, yeah.
Okay. All right. And we talked about this a little earlier, that the Seroquel you ran out of, so you didn't have any.
No.
Okay.
And that's another reason why I was upset.
Right. That kind of started the whole ball rolling, huh? And then you took that morning, and I'm talking about yesterday morning, you took the sertraline and the lorazepam, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's a regular dose for you. You took the normal dose of that.
I also took 2 amoxicillins.
For the sinus infection. Yeah. Okay. And the next dosage that you were supposed to take was going to be at night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you said you'd stop taking lithium because it kind of made you feel bad.
Yeah.
Physically, right?
Physically, yes. Okay. I couldn't.
And then you said that the sertraline and the lorazepam were helping.
Yeah.
They would even you out.
Sertraline, lorazepam, and the Seroquel, like half a Seroquel at night would be just perfect.
And Seroquel, is that more like help you sleep or?
Well, I found that if I took a whole pill, that I would tend to hallucinate in my dreams. I don't know how to explain that, but
the Seroquel.
Just erratic things. It's for bipolar and schizophrenia.
You said earlier too, and this something just kind of stuck out in my head, that you told the officer that you thought you shot your husband, and you even told Detective Workington and I a couple times you think you shot your husband.
I know, because I was.
Were you just in your mind kind of minimizing it?
No, I because of the medication, I didn't know if it was real or imagined. I really didn't.
I don't understand that. Because you just told us that the medicine kind of, it evened you out, made you, everything was good.
Yeah, but
I don't want you to back yourself in the corner to where you're, here's what I'm saying. Do you accept responsibility for shooting your husband?
I do.
Okay. And what you did would be called what?
Murder.
Okay. Did you...
For whatever reason.
Well, obviously the unlawful taking of someone else's life, that's considered murder, right?
Yes.
And you said earlier that you kind of got into it right after you shot the gun. You said something that also caught my ear. You said that you got into a fight or flight syndrome kind of thing. Had you read about that, or tell me what you know about that? What was that?
Oh, well, that's a common feeling of adrenaline, I guess.
And that was because of what happened. And obviously, in your case, you did your flight, right? Because you said you immediately wanted to get out of there, right?
Yes.
Okay. At any point during this, did you stop and think, I should call the cops?
Yeah.
And why didn't you?
Well, I don't know. I was like I said, running, at that point, I couldn't accept the fact that it happened. And
now, before we continue, I wanted to show you some of the crime scene photos because this house was absolutely filthy. This is one part of the kitchen that you're looking at. And here you can see, is that beer cans? I think, if you look to the right, this is the medicine cabinet. And these redacted notes are where her medicines were. This is the gun that she used. To the left of this is where his body is lying in this image. This is the other side of the kitchen. Again, on the floor is where his body is right now. There's blood everywhere coming out from his head. But let's have a look at the trash in this house. What the hell is this? Trash everywhere. Everywhere. These are the bedrooms. This is the bathroom. How were these people living? What the hell? I mean, you agree with me, right? This is a closer up of the bedroom. And these are just some images outside the house. But in case you weren't sure, they get into an argument and then she shoots him. But anyway, let's continue.
I did eventually go to a police officer.
Right.
When I realized, wait a minute, I don't have a life.
Okay.
I really don't. I've lost everything.
Kind of realizing that running wasn't the right thing to do, huh?
Well,
you told me earlier you wanted to.
I felt guilty.
You felt guilty?
I felt bad, yeah.
And then you also said that you wanted to kind of face up to what happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling right now? I mean, we haven't really talked about it. I mean, I asked you earlier, were you seeing like green men running around?
No.
Are you hearing voices other than...
I am seeing a little bit of... I can't explain it. It's like movement. Everyone, just looking at that floor, I can see it. It's like movement.
Well,
I know for a fact it's not moving, but right. I'm seeing it visually move. And
you made a note on your, I think it was in your purse that you said you need new glasses. Did you ever get those?
No.
Okay. Is that maybe something going on with the glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. He also said, that said you were wanting to face up to the charges. Yeah. You said you're feeling guilty, and that's why you went and contacted that police officer.
I told him what
happened. Did anybody up there or us mistreat you in any way?
No.
Did we threaten you or make any promises to you?
No.
Okay. And you came back to Jacksonville willingly, right?
Willingly, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And of a sound mind.
Yes.
It was your own decision, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm really scared, though, because I don't know what's going to happen to me. But on the other hand, I don't think that I even have a right to even wonder about that.
Well, I mean, I sense that you may have feelings of regret about what you did.
I really do.
All right. Are you a monster?
No.
Okay. So therefore, if you have questions that you want to know what's going on, I'll help you. Okay. I'm not a monster either.
Okay.
I think what happened was you made a mistake. Could you admit that? A very large mistake, made in a moment of extreme anger and rage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So because of that, what questions do you have that I can answer for you that'll help?
Well, with knowing all of this that I've told you, and knowing other situations like this, what do you think is going to happen to me now?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that, and I'm just going to be real with you, okay?
Okay.
You accept that I'll be honest with you?
Yes.
All right. A couple of things that I know, first of all, is going to happen. We already had a warrant for murder for you. that was issued this morning by a judge with no bond. Obviously, we're going to serve that, and we're going to take you over to the jail. Mm-hmm. As far as what happens after this, that is going to be something that you and, your family and your attorney are going to have to work out. I can't, I can't really recommend a path for you to go. It's going to have to come from you. It's going to be your decision. There's several, opportunities.
So when I go into the jail,
mm-hmm.
I'll just be there forever, or will I be executed?
That's not something that I have the say over. What's going to happen is we're going to put this into the state attorney's hands. We're doing the investigation part, and then what we do is we take it over and present it to the state attorney's office. All right, and I can tell you that you have one of the best state attorneys working on this case with us. He's one of the heads over, almost the whole state attorney's office. So I'm confident in his abilities to get to the heart of this matter and come to a resolution that is, acceptable by every party. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Does that give you a little peace?
A little, but
okay.
Now, will I be in a single cell, or will I be with other people in the prison?
Darcie, honestly, because you remember, I don't know if you remember, earlier you told us that you didn't want to be on this earth anymore. All right. Yeah. And you had this kind of thoughts that you wanted to hurt yourself.
I still feel that way.
Okay. What we're going to do is when we take you over to jail, we're going to mark that you're having suicidal thoughts. All right. And I think what they do is they separate them. Mm-hmm. They put you in your own little spot. If it's isolation or what. But they're going to keep an eye on you so you don't do that. Because like I told you earlier, there is nothing that you've done that should make you to the point where you do that. All right. That is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So I would obviously, recommend you rethink that. But because you said those things to us already, you expressed those thoughts, we're going to make sure that you're put in that position. And I guess you're kind of going to be on your own until they decide that, you get some help, you get some counseling. The medication situation is resolved. Like he said, the nurses and the doctors are all going to do their thing because, the jail has their own staff for that. Okay?
Okay.
They're going to make sure you're taken care of. And I know that's probably one of your thoughts is, are you going to be taken care of? Or, bad things going to happen over there. Is all I can say is that the jail people know what they're doing. Okay. And I have confidence in their abilities to make sure you're safe.
I had another question. Oh, can I call my mother and my father?
At this point, we may do that. What I want to do is go out and kind of bring my sergeant, my supervisor up to speed because this whole time we've been in Georgia, he's been here.
Yeah.
They've been working other things. So I kind of want to bring him up to speed, see where we're at with that, and then find out if he's okay with that. I mean, I really don't have a big problem with that, but I want to make sure that that's okay.
Okay.
Before we finish that, let me kind of go over my notes real quick and make sure that I don't have any other questions for you. And then while I'm doing that, Detective Workington, do you have any questions? Anything you think we should cover? Do you have any other questions, or is there anything else that you think that I mean, I know we said earlier that when you set the gun down, it was like literally minutes. It was dark. Was it dark outside when this happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
It was dark outside, and it was minutes later that you left and got into the car.
Right after that, yeah.
So when you got to the gas station, it was dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So you went straight from your house, like I said, out Normandy 301 and stopped at the, then went 301 out and ended up in Homerville.
And also you said that you guys have been married for how long?
16 years.
16 years. You know what I noted is that you guys have never had any reports against you. The only thing I saw is that your husband reported some kind of a grand theft, back in 2005 or 6, and then you had a DUI like in 1997.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time ago, right? Nothing since then, right?
He got me Baker
No,
Act.
the Baker Act, right?
Yeah.
On December 29th of last year. Tell me about that for a second. Well, because it almost looked like he said something and you weren't really feeling that way. Because the police officer gets there and you said, I can do what I want in my own home, right?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
I'd had it in the house. The house was absolutely filthy. We had a wolf, a large animal in the house, and he had some problems.
A wolf?
Yeah, he was a Malamute wolf that we adopted.
Okay.
And he couldn't use his back legs very well, so there was a lot of feces on the floor and
I gotcha.
stuff, and it was just too much for us to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having the same type of sinus infection back then.
Mm-hmm.
And all I said was, that's it. They're going out until we get this house clean. And then it blew up into a big argument where he's accusing me of kicking the animals out in the cold, and that he's going to call the, animal control or whatever. And I'm telling him, well, if you want them to be warm out there until we get this house clean, then build them a place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we did is build docks for a living.
Right. So the least they could do is build a doghouse, right? Or
Yeah.
wolf house in this case, right?
Right.
So how did you get to the point where the police were called?
Well, he didn't want to build it. And I just stood over him and yelled at him until he did. And then yeah. I said, look, you got one day to do it, and this is how it's going to go.
And then what happened?
It seems funny now.
Well, I mean, it is. You kind of made him get off his butt and do something for him, right?
But he ended up calling attorneys and calling the police. And
so did he make that up?
He said something about something green on one of the beer
cans. Yeah.
And
it was poison, like you're poisoning yourself or something.
Well, when you think about drinking in general, yeah, maybe you're right. But I was not poisoning myself at all.
You had no intention of killing yourself.
No.
He blew that way out of proportion.
He did.
Okay.
And then he got me Baker acted, and then I went to a clinic for a couple weeks or so in Orange Park.
Is that where all the medication started and all that, or what?
That's where they started me on the lithium.
Okay, and how did that work out for you? It didn't, huh?
No.
Okay, when you got out of there, I mean, did you guys talk it out, work it out? Did you ask him what the heck he was doing?
I tried to, and then he just kept on, getting more angry and angrier and angrier with me.
Did he tell you he was going to leave you?
Yeah.
Was that what kind of set you off last night? Or did that kind of set you off?
One of the things.
That's one of them.
The fact that he was so cruel verbally to me, I didn't understand. I mean, it wasn't the first time that he had talked to me that way. And I called him the first time and I said, you're not going to talk to me that way.
So his whole thing is more like he just ran his mouth, huh? More or less?
Yeah. Telling lies and misrepresentations of me.
What's the truth about you?
Well, before what I did, the truth was that I used to be a very good worker. I was a welder. I welded real cars. And ships. He worked at the shipyards, and I was doing a lot of the work in our business that we had at First Stock Doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he would say that I have done nothing, I didn't understand that because I actually started it.
It's your idea.
I mean, he was working at Long's Wheel and Rim at the time, and I worked on 2 projects to get it started with my credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
and just me out there
When was all
doing
that?
the work.
That was just, a couple months ago or what?
No, that's been when we first started the business, which, I don't know, 2000. I can't remember. No.
A couple years ago?
No, we've been in business for about 5 or 6 years.
Okay. So what's happened as of late? Like in the last, let's work with this year. What's happened this year?
This year, well, I think it started when his mama was dying in the hospital. And we went to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And she died. And I think I took that worse than, I don't know. I don't think so. How can I say that?
Maybe you both took it hard enough.
We did. And then the wolf that we were trying to help.
Mm-hmm. So these things kind of, brought you down, huh?
Yeah. And it also caused our business to fail.
What did?
The mourning.
The mourning
of
process?
the loss.
Kind of brought you both down then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was more than just an anger thing, really, huh? You guys the business was going down?
Business was going down.
You said earlier you were concerned about the bills, and things were adding up, and
I think he got a thing from a lawyer to go to court. I think he was supposed to go.
uh-huh.
I don't know.
Was that like a bankruptcy kind of thing, or
It was
bill
just
collector?
a settlement.
A settlement.
A bill.
Well, you also said that you guys don't have any kids.
No.
And that he has 2 sisters.
Yes.
Mindy Maldonado.
Yes.
And Missy Stewart.
Yeah.
And Missy's in North Georgia and Mindy's in Colorado.
She's in Walsenburg, Colorado.
Walsenburg.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I spelled it.
Rossenberg or
Walsenburg.
Walsenburg.
Is it W?
WALSENBURG.
And you said their numbers are on his cell phone.
They should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the cell phone. I'm not sure if my partners were able to contact them or not, but that's on the priority list after we make sure that you're taken care of, okay?
Okay.
All right. Because, right now you seem like you're okay, but I don't want you to, you sound like I hear your stomach.
Hungry or something?
I was there. Are you hungry?
I
Or?
can't eat.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to puke any second because of what happened.
Do you need a trash can?
No,
Do you want some crackers again?
no.
Help settle your stomach? I'm sorry.
Please forgive me, God. I never gonna help.
That's not true. Okay, let me tell you something. Look at me.
I'm gonna help.
Darcie, look at me. You don't have to. Look at me. You don't have to. Nothing you have done is too big for him to forgive. Okay? Look at me.
You can never forgive me.
Yeah, you can. He'll have to help you, but he can. You can.
Oh, God.
Let me get you some tissues. I'll be right back, okay?
How can I live like this?
There you go, Darcie. Some tissue.
I wanted to be.
Let me get your trash can, please. The tissues. Just knock on the door for me.
How am I supposed to live with myself like this?
So that's the end of her police interview. Do you think she's actually insane, or do you think she's just a crazy cat lady? Well, according to the judge, it's the latter. He slapped her with 40 years in prison. She played the insanity card, and the judge told her to bugger off. Comment, tell me what you think.